Hey everyone, Assassin here, and welcome to another Warzone video. Today we got the Aug Nerf, the Ffar Nerf, and a bunch more weapon tuning. However, if you take a look at the patch notes, you're going to be able to see that all they really did mention was the Aug. So we're going to be going over all the stealth changes that we know about right now, as well as some of the things that are going to be changing the gameplay within the game, including a new buy station that allows you to buy Foresight. This is going to change the meta for a lot of players out there. So let's talk about it. If you've entered any of the Nuke Silos, like the one in the statue by military base or the one by the hills, then you know that there's a computer with a skull on it with a 5% signal. You know, we all thought that was going to signify when the new map was coming out or something like that. It was going to give us a warning. However, what it's actually doing now is it allows you to buy many overpowered items like Foresight, like an advanced UAV, and now an RCXD. However, these are locked behind an event that you have to complete, and that is the Zombies event that has been going on throughout Season 2. So it is going to be a step-by-step process, but for a lot of people who like to do the recon strat, it's going to be a lot simpler to go complete the Zombies event, go into a silo, and buying Foresight is going to be a much easier task for the people who choose to do 7 recons per match and then set up. So you're going to be seeing a lot more of that gameplay in Warzone. Make sure to prepare for that. And where you're going to want to prepare is in your loadout. So let's talk about all the changes that were stated, which is the Aug has more recoil and all the other stealth changes that we know about right now. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot more coming soon. So to start off, let's talk about that Aug. The game seems to have increased its recoil. And yes, it does increase the recoil by 200%. This is the plot point without any attachments. So you could guess that this recoil pattern is going to be a lot tighter when you put it all together. However, hopefully this nerfs it from being able to compete with a sniper, because it's actually pretty ridiculous that it could beat out a car simply because you could shoot faster and you don't actually have to be as precise with it. Moving on from here, let's talk about the M16 and the FFAR. The biggest nerfs that happened with these weapons is that their fastest reload mag actually got nerfed. So before this update, using the last magazine attachment, the one that gives you the most ammo plus the fastest reload, didn't actually hurt your ADS speed like it was supposed to, but now post patch it does. So you're going to be wanting to run the 50 round StatAg mag on the FFAR and the 45 round on the M16. And I also wanted to mention for the AUG and the M16, you still want to go with the strike team barrel because it gives you bullet velocity plus fire rate, even though it doesn't state that it gives you bullet velocity. Next, there's a change that's going to affect how you build your LMGs. The Cavalry Lancer's description has been changed back to when it first released. Originally it said that it added a lot of vehicle damage, and then they changed it to give it more bullet velocity, and now they changed it back to give actual vehicle damage, because originally it actually didn't increase vehicle damage, but now it does by 100%. So you're going to be killing vehicles in half the amount of time. So if you were using the Cavalry Lancer to boost up your bullet velocity on LMGs, you're now going to be wanting to use that Task Force barrel. On the RPD, this might be a little bit of an issue due to the horizontal bounce, but when you use it on the Stoner 63, which is basically a vertical line, the added recoil isn't going to be that bad. So that's going to be your go-to barrel. Another barrel that got affected is on the FFAR. Now, some people use the reinforced barrel, some people use the takedown barrel like myself, and the reason I use the takedown barrel, and this is the barrel that changed by the way, is because it gave you strafe speed. Usually when I run the FFAR, I ran it as my close range weapon and paired it with a sniper, so I didn't really need the FFAR to do good long range. So that extra strafe speed really helped me out. However, they actually removed that strafe speed and put it on the Task Force barrel. So now you're really left with the choice of using the Ranger barrel or the reinforced barrel. So from here on out, I'm going to be using the Ranger barrel, and that is something that I recommend for you guys too. And I don't recommend switching over to the Task Force barrel because for the FFAR, especially if you're on console, you know this thing has a sway and quite a bit of a kick, so adding more recoil is not a good idea. Maybe for you guys on keyboard and mouse it might be a little different. Let me know down in the comments below if that is the case. And lastly, I wanted to talk about the rear grips. It's been known for a long time that these rear grips didn't actually improve your ADS speed, like the descriptions say. But there has been a lot of testing going around, and now we could actually confirm that the Serpent wrap is actually the way to go. This is actually making the Tundra and the Pellington a lot more viable in Warzone. I know a lot of people have still been running the Kar 98 and the HDR over the Tundra, although the Tundra has way more bullet velocity than the HDR, but that ADS speed is huge, especially if you're a mobile sniper. So to best boost the Tundra, you're going to be wanting to combine that combat recon attachment plus the Serpent wrap. After that, you can throw on any scope you want, and you can really play around with the other two attachments. Looks like the FFAR is still going to be in play and the AUG is still going to be in play. I don't think any of these changes were really big enough because none of these changes actually affect the time to kill. Now, ease of use for all these weapons was another issue, so I'm glad they're kind of addressing that, but they didn't address it enough. I think time to kill is really what's hurting the game right now. At this point, you only have a quarter of a second to react when you start getting shot by an FFAR. That's not enough time to actually react and shoot back if you're not already strafing behind cover. So this game really lowers the skill gap and really turns it into a who sees who first, which really makes the game pay to win because anyone on console is never gonna see somebody on PC first. You know, anyone with a monitor with 60 Hz refresh rate is never gonna see anyone with a 240 refresh rate, right? That you could only maximize on PC. It is really unfortunate right now for a lot of console players. I actually know a lot of people who have stopped playing the game. But besides that, it looks like the game is actually taking some steps to improve on all this. So I am glad things are changing. That's going to bring us to the end of the video. If you've liked anything you saw today, go ahead and hit that like button and that subscribe button. And I hope to see you guys again next time.